Title is Miniature Commitment from Virtual Laboratory I at Bombay. Aim is to see the various attributes of minerals, crystals, resins, chlorophyll and inorganic compounds by using fluorescence microscope, also optical microscopy. Title is Miniature Commitment from Virtual Laboratory I at Bombay. Aim is to see the various attributes of minerals, crystals, resins, chlorophyll and inorganic compounds by using fluorescence microscope, also optical microscopy. Principle: fluorescence microscope, the emission of light of higher wavelength after the irradiation of the sample with no specific wavelength within nanoseconds is called fluorescence. An instrument called fluorescence microscope is an optical microscope which utilizes a specific wavelength of light to study the properties of substances by the principle of fluorescence.
Principle: fluorescence microscope. 3. Monochromatic light is used to illuminate the specimen, which excites the fluorophore molecules. These fluorophore molecules release low-intensity light of higher wavelengths during relaxation, which passes through dichromatic mirror and emission filter, which blocks the excitation light and allows the emitted light to pass and enhances the intensity of the emitted light. 4. Hence, single-color image can be obtained at a time due to the excitation of single fluorophore. 5. A sample containing different fluorophore are imaged to observe different features present in the sample, and these single-colored images are merged to obtain the multicolored images.
Excitation and emission spectra. 1. The excitation and emission spectra are nearly the mirror image of each other. 2. Emission spectra shift towards higher wavelengths. 3. The difference between the wavelength is called Stokes shift. 4. The intensity of emitted light is generally of 10-6 times of excitation light. Line diagram of the epifluorescence microscope.
So, optical microscopy. It is a metallurgical microscope which helps in determining the grain size and shape. So, suppose this is a one grain, this is another grain. Okay, so from this optical microscopy we can easily understand the size of this grain. Okay, also the size, shape, distribution of various phases and the inclusions, the mechanical and thermal treatment of the alloy. The optical microscope works on the principle of the reflection. The opaque materials use reflected light, whereas transparent materials can use reflected or transmitted light. The important parts in optical metallurgical microscope are eyepiece, glass reflector, light source, objective lens, specimen. So let us see the figure. So this is the figure for the optical metallurgical microscope. Basically this one is the body part of that optical metallurgical microscope. Okay, next one is this is the adjustment screw, that is for coarser adjustment and for finer adjustment. This one is the microscope stage. Here the specimen is to be held on that microscope stage. Okay, here it is the diffusing lenses with the light sources available. This is the body tube, this is the draw tube and the plain glass reflector for reflecting the light rays onto the eyepiece. Okay, so basically see how does it work. From this light source to this condenser lens, light falls on this glass reflector. Okay, then from glass reflector, it goes to the objective lens. This is the objective lens. So through that objective lens, it goes to the specimen. From the specimen, it again reflected back through this glass reflector, and it reflected back to this eyepiece. Okay, suppose eyepiece is of say 5x magnification. Suppose eyepiece is of say 5x magnification and objective lens of say 40x magnification. Okay, so total magnification is 5 into 40, that is 200x magnification. So there is no addition of the magnification, so there is always a multiplication. Okay, so suppose the eyepiece is of say 10x magnification and objective lens is of 50x magnification, then the total magnification is 500x. This is the image of the optical microscope. This is the ray diagram of the optical microscope, how the ray goes. So you can observe here in this ray diagram. Okay, so from the light source, see the path of the ray diagram to the glass reflector, then to the specimen, then okay through the objective lens to the specimen, then again to the objective lens. Okay, then it goes through the glass reflector, then it go to the eyepiece, and then we'll see it in our eyes. Okay, so this is the procedure. Again I repeat, from light source to condenser lens here, then to glass reflector, then glass reflector to the objective lens, to specimen, then specimen to again objective lens, and again objective lens to again glass reflector, then again it goes to eyepiece, and through eyepiece we will see the image by our eyes. Okay, so this is the ray diagram for the optical metrological microscope. In this we have already studied this part, that light reflection before etching. So if we not etch the specimen, whatever light incident onto the specimen, it get reflected back. Whatever incident, it get reflected back. Okay, but after etching we can see the some scattered light images at the grain boundaries. So these are some images of different microstructures taken at different magnification, say 600 magnification, say here magnification 400x, here say it is of 50x, it is of 200x. So effect of magnification on microstructures. So the image is magnified in the eyepiece in x6, x8 or x10. Okay, the image in magnified by eyepiece is in x6, x8 or x10, or you can say 6x, 8x or 10x. The total magnification of the microscope is calculated by this formula, that m is equal to L into E by F, where L is the distance from back of the objective to the eyepiece, F is the focal length of the objective, E is the magnifying power of the eyepiece.
Fluorescence microscopy utilizes the principle of fluorescence to study the properties of inorganic as well as organic substances by an instrument called fluorescence microscope. Fluorescence is the phenomena in which light of higher wavelength is emitted from a substance which has been irradiated with a known specific wavelength within nanoseconds. This is a picture of fluorescence microscope in our laboratory. I now move forward with the methodology which involves staining of the specimen under investigation using specific dye or fluorophore, followed by its imaging. The detailed experimental procedure is as follows. At first, clean and sterilize the specimen. Perform the cell culture on the specimen for the desired period. Fix the specimen using glutaraldehyde. Wash in PBS. Treat it with Triton and then again wash in PBS. Treat the specimen with suitable dyes. Place the suitable filter in the optical axis and then turn on the mercury vapor lamp. Adjust the intensity of the excitation light. Keep the specimen under the fluorescence microscope. Focus the desired region using eyepiece to view the different organelles or the components of the specimen. Capture the digital images using digital camera for the specific dye. Merge the images using a suitable software pack to view the various components in the image. Here, the experimental work includes imaging of the cytoskeleton and nucleus of the proliferating cells on biomaterial surface, which is carried out using phalloidin and purchased dyes respectively. The results are as follows. This is the image of the cytoskeleton of the cell, and this one is of the nucleus. The next image, that is the merged image, is obtained by merging the two images, that is the cytoskeleton and the nucleus, together to view both of these at the same time. Thank you.
Applications: Biological and Life Sciences. 1. To view tissue and their submicroscopic components and changes therein. 2. To study bacteria and pathogens and changes therein. 3. Protein-protein and protein-cell interaction study. 4. Movement of virus on a bilayer membrane. 5. Crude drugs.